Hello everyone. I I recently did a haul. I told you I got these fun foam letters and these glitter stickers. They're also fun foam at a garage sale while we were going off on our trip. And what I want to do today is show you what I am doing with them. I'm sure it is everybody has done this and it's nothing new, okay? But I do have a couple of little tricks just simply because of what I want to do with them. So one of the things is that these sheets are very thin, okay? And when you're using them, especially on the Gelli Plate, to have them double thickness, it gives you a little bit more of an impression. So what I have been doing is doubling up the numbers and the letters. And I'm just going to do a couple, and I'll show you how I do it. These are self-stick, and like I said, they're real thin. See how thin that is? So by having it doubled, it just gives it a little bit better of an impression. And so I am just taking off the sticky stuff. These actually are very sticky. These are about as thin as the ones you get at the dollar store. And that's one of the reasons why I've never bought them before, is because I felt like they were just so thin. Now, here's the thing. I want these for the Gelli Plate. What I want to do is make random numbers and letters so that it looks like a wall that has had letters drawn on it or painted on it or whatever, and then it's aged off. So the fact that I don't have a bunch of words is not bothering me. I knew when I started that I wouldn't have a bunch of words. Now see, by sticking them on and then pulling them out, it's been very easy to do. And now I have double thickness. So it gives me just a little bit more oomph. And I have even taken these two sheets and put them together, because there again, this is going to give me that randomness and it's going to give me a different impression. So I just took it apart. The big thing with this one is you need to do it a little at a time. So I'm using the whole thing. There's no waste here. This takes a little bit of finesse to get these two together. The little points don't always want to come off. See, right there didn't come apart. There we go. Ah, that's why. It's got a little tab that stuck out. Hope you can see what I'm doing. There's no way for me to do it without my hands being in the way. Sorry. No, it didn't line up perfect, but it will give me that depth that's very close. Okay. And now it's double layered even. So even the waist, I'm going to use this. These little pieces right here, I will make something up with too. So now the other little trick that I wanted to show you is what I'm using to put these on. These are... they're not actually meat trays. They're actually vegetable trays. I don't keep meat trays just because they're too, there's too much chance of contamination in them. So these are vegetable trays. For some unknown reason now, our vegetables seem to be coming with wrapped in cellophane. So what I do is I just cut this off. And so it's like a meat tray, but it was never used for meat. Now, I do know that Lisa said that she asked the butcher for some clean meat trays, and he gave them to her. You could possibly buy them. You could also use cardboard or more of plain fun foam. I just couldn't find any in my stash the other day, so these work really well. They're lightweight. Cardboard was going to be a little heavier. Plus, in the end, cardboard is going to be a little bit, it's going to absorb paint where this won't. It doesn't really matter. These were just very lightweight and they will work very well. There's when you cut that edge off, there's an area that rolls. So I'm just cutting that off so that I have a flat piece of, basically it's a flat piece of styrofoam. Okay. Now, if I wanted to put numbers on it, or letters on it, or words on it, I would cut it to size. I already have one cut to size. This is my other really big trick for the Gelli Plate, and that is to the words. Okay, normally when you have a stamp and you're going to ink it and stamp it, the word has to be backwards. So this word would have to go like this. And be backwards, right? Promise. If you're going to use it like a rubber stamp, it has to be backwards. If you're going to use it on the Gelli Plate, you put it on here the right way. It should read just like a word because you're actually making a reverse image on the Gelli Plate. And these are all doubled up. Okay, I'm going to cut a little of this off just because it's a little long. Okay. So your words should read like words. your letters should go on and look like, or your numbers, not letters, your numbers should be in the same, they should look just like they're supposed to look. Okay? If you want to make just random letters, leave some little spaces. That's what I've done with this one. So that is a couple of tricks on this. Now I was going to take all the little pieces and make some little funky piece, just so you could see what I was doing. I just want a little square of this foam. We could actually make a flower out of this one. Let's see what we've got. These are little leftovers out of the other pieces. Needless to say, my putting the two layers together was not perfection. It just was what it was. Okay. Let's put these on here kind of like a little leaf. Now, if you wanted, you could shape your stamp up a little bit so you kind of know more about where it's going to stamp. I don't mind, because when I'm doing my jelly plates, I am not trying to make something perfect. I just go for it. The other thing I am doing, and that is, that little point just bothered me, was to take these ones with the glitter on them and make a stamp out of them. And these ones are very interesting in the fact that they have multiple little pieces in them. So I had to push out, and then I found that there was a little tiny spot in the middle that actually needed to be pushed out. Now, as far as the glitter goes, I'm quite sure that the glitter is just going to over time just acquire paint. It's not going to be a big issue. I think what I want to do here is I'm going to make a like a little border with these. So see, you can do all kinds of things with them, with these rubber, with these little fun foamy things. I don't think there's any difference in the colors, but we'll put them on as if there were. Okay, let's put that out of the way. Now, Let me move this because I want to show you that I promise that this stamp, when you do it on the plate and then you do it backwards, it comes out correctly. So let's get a reasonably dark color here. Okay, we need some scrap paper and a piece of paper to print on. Now this is a gel plus press plate, and I am not as happy as I am with the Gelli Plate, but it will give us the idea of what's going on today, and it is small, so I can, with this mess on my table, I can go ahead and use it and not have to get out something else. I'm still trying to learn to use it. It's so tiny, and I'm used to putting lots of paint on my big plate. Plus, it doesn't seem to take the paint the same way. Okay. Now I'm going to put this right here so that you can see that when I press this off, the word is backwards. See, the word's backwards. But when it prints out on the plate, it's correct. So that was my big tip about doing these. It depends on whether you want a rubber stamp to stamp things with or whether you're going to stamp on your Gelli Plate. Let me show you what this one looks like, because this is a lot of fun. Okay. Come on. Ooh, too much paint, I think. Oh, well. You got that one nice and gooey. And isn't that a lot of fun? I really like that. And I think it will give me, these things will give me that look of randomness on, say, an old wall or something like that. So I'm real pleased with how those came out. Let me stamp off this one for you, just so you can see what it looks like. But let's use a different color because we're going to have to stamp over the top of stuff. Of course, I can't reach a different color. There we go. Now I'll get the hang of this new little plate soon. Now Now, this one is not working quite as well just yet because it's got that glitter on it, but it's working pretty good. Oh, good. There's lots of nice grunge coming up. So see, even with the glitter on there, it's not hindering the designs at all on my Gelli Plate. So, and it's not coming off. I was worried a little bit that it might come off on my plate, but it really doesn't matter. A touch of glitter, I mean, a ton of glitter would bother me, but a touch of glitter doesn't. So that was just a little quick video. I am sure you guys already know these things, but I just wanted to talk about what you can use with very inexpensive things and how you can use it all, including the scrap, and get some really fun stuff to use on your Gelli Plate. Like I said, these will, if you try to stamp this with ink, it's going to stamp backwards. So now, and the letters will be backwards on these numbers where I've made number stamps. The numbers would be backwards if I was using it as a rubber stamp. These are strictly for my Gelli Plate and to get that look I want for my Gelli Plate. So, okay guys, I need to go on and clean up this mess, but it does make me want a Gelli Plate, and soon. So, you guys go have fun. Make some art. Oh, I guess it might be a good thing to do is to read you a quote from our 1001 Ways to Creativity. We're almost done with this book. Oh, well, this is a good one. The only difference between an artist and a lunatic is, perhaps, that the artist has the restraint or courtesy to conceal the intensity of his obsession from all except those similarly affected. Osbert Stilwell. I really like that one. Okay, guys, go have fun. Make some art. Bye-bye.